Perfectly Imperfect, where we talk about everything from pop culture to fandoms and everything in between. In 2018, we were introduced to one of the greatest animated films possibly ever made, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which helped change the style of 3D design and animation. Now moving on to the sequel, which was recently released at the time of filming, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. As a disclaimer, I'm coming into this as a Spider-Man fan and a Miles Morales stan, so I might be a bit biased in my opinion, but I love this movie. Going in, I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. I was just expecting a simple animated movie, but I got so much more. From realistic relationship issues, to using color imagery to express characters' emotions, and so many different spider people to enjoy. In this movie, we see Miles facing the issue of finding where he belongs, what his story is, and dealing with everyone else trying to tell him who he's supposed to be, which is something only he can figure out. We also have subplots of the other characters. One I love is Gwen Stacy's. We see her animated in this watercolor type animation, that they use the colors to show how the characters are feeling. And we see this in the beginning after hearing about her and Peter's death. We see her room reflected in cool tones, and even when other backgrounds are bright, we can still see Gwen in these cool tones to let us know that she's sad and that she's mourning the loss of her friend Peter. I also loved how many different styles and character designs there were in this movie, and one I loved most was Hobby Brown, better known as Spider-Punk. I also love this character mainly because he does not care. He's going to do what he wants, and no one in authority, like Miguel, can say shit. Moving on to Miguel, the quote-unquote bad guy of the film. I don't really think he is a bad guy, though. Voiced by Oscar Isaac, Miguel seems to be someone who's just got a bad stream of luck and wants to stop Miles from making the same mistakes he made. Guaranteed he is a bit vicious about it, especially in the chase scene and in the scene where Miles is trying to go home and he's literally tearing into the spider web. I still think he's a good guy character who's maybe just not doing things for the right reasons anymore. One of my favorite parts of this movie was near the end when they had the reveal of Miles. And if you know what I'm talking about, well, you know. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I would highly recommend going and seeing this movie. It is such a great movie. The last point I want to make is that this is not half a movie. This was an amazing film with a cliffhanger ending that left me wanting more, and I certainly will get more once Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out. That being said, I certainly hope that Sony takes the initiative and makes more animation and films like this one.